everyone, this is Sandy Crane at the Heart, and I'm back to share sort of my goals and how I'm planning on staying organized this year. So what I'm doing this year, and sometimes it changes, what I show you now might change for later. And I'm using a B6 Traveler's Journal from, I think this is Chick Sparrow. I can't remember. I want to say, yeah, Chick Sparrow. It says Chick Sparrow on the back. So this is in green. I've had this one for a while. I just got a couple different ones, so I might change my notebook as time goes on. I might decide I want a different color or whatever. Right now, I have it in this green. I just haven't moved it over to anything else. In here, so this is a note because my son has to get his wisdom teeth out. So I like having a monthly calendar. I know a lot of people, there's a debate about a monthly calendar or not using one, if you follow the planning community at all, but I like a monthly calendar, and I do a monthly calendar with my work one as well. So I'll go over that as well. So this is kind of my home, my non-work planner. So here I was using a yellow paper house monthly calendar. I splurged, and this is from, I forget what it's called. What is it called? It's called Planner Perfect. And so it's got really pretty paper, so I like that. So what I do is I write appointments here. The other thing that I normally do is I normally use washi, which I haven't done yet because this is a new one, just came not that long ago. I use washi a lot of times to mark time. So for me, when I use washi, it's to mark time for when my children go to their fathers. So I haven't done that yet. So there'll be, his weekends and his days will be marked with washi usually. And then so here I can look, I can make my appointments by opening it up and seeing what my appointments are, or things that I have to do, like pick up my kids' textbooks from school and that kind of thing, return things. I could put that here, and then from here I can transfer that into my daily calendar. And so I'm continuing using the same ones that I had created before because they still have space in them. And these are all from Yellow Paper House. And I buy the ones that are, I like buying the ones that are plain a lot of times and then decorating them. And these are all decorated with Maggie Holmes paper. So this is November, December, but it's going, it's going through till I'm done with the book. Basically what happened was there was just a period of time where I did not do any planning at all, just because every day is sometimes the same. Every day is the same day when you're working from home a lot of times. So these are just some of the layouts, a way for me to be creative. I'm, utilizing my stamps in here, my washi in here, die cuts that I have hanging around, so it's a good way of using up scraps and things that I have from other projects. I really like this layout a lot. I definitely think I'm probably going to do another layout like this one. I really like it. Planning meals. Meal planning is very big in my house. I have eaten out a lot more this month than I have normally. Normally I cook every day, but because my kids are home 24/7 because they're online school, it's a lot of meal making. So it's a lot of lunches and dinners and having things ready for breakfast or baking. So it helps me kind of keep track. This one I used a stencil. You can see more like washi. And then this is where I'm using sort of pieces that I had die cut that I didn't use. This one I'm not a fan of. This is one I just did yesterday really quick because it was already Tuesday and I needed to get some stuff down. You can see this is the washi that I use for time. So this is when my kids are going to their dads. So, and then I've got my meal plan here, which I don't do a very good job of keeping track of. I really do need to, because the idea really is if you put a bunch of meals in here, after a while, then you'll have something that you could refer to for ideas for meals. So I'm going to do better at writing down what I'm making for meals. And then notes, this is literally just notes. Here's my kids' school schedules changed. I did Christmas list ideas, project ideas. So this is just basically notes that are just written down. Expenses. So there's that. And so that's this one right here. And then for, actually there's something I'm going to show you guys in here, which I'll show you at the end, actually. I'm going to put it aside. I'm just going to talk about my goals. And so I've got my work one. I'm still continuing this one. This is a composition notebook. It cost 50 cents. I covered it with Prima paper. I love composition notebooks because they're stitched. And then I used my stamps and other things to create calendar. And so, and my tabs. And so this is what I'm using for work. And so I have my monthly in here of all the different meetings and things that I've got going on here. My bell schedule. And then here's my daily, so, or my weekly, all the things that I'm doing or going to do for work here. And then I've got my meeting notes, all the meetings that I go to and I attend, I just keep track of in here. And then my book lists and projects and things I have back here, and I'm just continuing with that here for work. So, and I'm loving this, and this was literally 50 cents, and it's amazing. It's working really, really well for me. So that's my work planner that I'm continuing. And then journaling. So this is I forget what this one is called. You know, I don't know what this one is called, but anyway, I bought this from Amazon. I think it's, I forget. I have another one of them too. But basically, this is my journal. So I'm trying to do more daily journaling, and I'm using more washi and bits and pieces in here. And so once this one is done, then I'll probably share the new thing I'm going to do, because I think I'm going to jump to try something new for a little while, just for fun, to journal in something different, I think. But in the meantime, this is my journaling one that I'm using, and I actually have a notebook, a traveler's notebook that this fits in, but I just have it out loose because I've been working on it. And then here is another thing that I'm doing new for this year, which is a reading journal. And so this is a moleskin. I had this in my stash. I had started using it as a bullet journal. I had like 4 or 5 pages used. I ripped those out, and now I'm using it for my reading journal. But because I ripped those pages out, it made part of the signature kind of loose. So I'm using washi to help kind of shore that up, but using washi I think is a good idea anyways. So I just used my stamps to write Reading Journal 2021. And then here's my January. And this is just using bits and pieces that I had laying around that I had cut out from my Snow and Cocoa projects. Days red. So I have not colored this in yet because I have some colored pencils somewhere that I want to use for this. I had gotten it in a book box or something like that. But so far I have read every single day. So I read every single day, and my Kindle keeps track of that. But what if there's a day that I don't use my Kindle? So, you know. And then I have my books to read. So kind of like I'm going to write, 12, 15 books every month to read. And then books that I actually read, which may or may not be on this list. If they're on this list, then I check them off. I read here, and that's a way for me to keep track of authors, because sometimes these authors have series or, other books that I would enjoy reading, but it's just a way for me to remember that I like this author, or I don't like this author, or whatever. So I've got I haven't done it yet because, it's still new, but I have a little star stamp, like to rate the books. So I am going to try and rate the books so that I know how I felt about it. And then, just continue here. And then my idea, and I'll have to share this maybe when I've been doing it for a little while, my idea is to have like my favorite book of the month listed here, and I can write a little write-up of why it was my favorite book that I read that month. And then it would go into February, and I would do the same thing there. And my goal for reading is pretty quite high. And so the next thing, I'm probably going to have multiple ones of these, but for right now, art journaling. So I'm working on a couple of spreads right now. And when I talk about my goals, I'll talk about that more. So this one's not, obviously, these are like backgrounds. And then I have worked on some things here. I don't even know if this one's completely done. I might do something up here. I don't know. So let me talk about my goals. So I wrote them down because I think it's really important to write your goals down so you can see them and know that you are on the right track. You can see them in print. So on the back of this one, so I did write my goals. So my crafty goals is organization. So I want to inventory my supplies. I have a problem with purchasing things more than once. So I'm not totally sure how I'm going to do that. There is an app that I'm going to try and use. I've got various notebooks. I have different ways. So I'm going to be working on how to inventory my supplies, and kind of once I find a system that I like, I'm going to share that with you guys. My second is complete kits and classes. So I purchase classes all the time and then I don't do them. So that's my goal, and hopefully you guys will see that more on my channel. I have like some graphic 45 kits that I've purchased. I have various classes that I've done, that I've purchased that I haven't done. And I have to go through and actually do those classes. So that's a goal, and hopefully I'll be sharing that with you guys. The other thing is explore other craft mediums, such as painting, getting better with using my distress inks, art journaling, which is what you see with this one. I'm doing the Wandering year-long media class, art journal class. I'm doing that, and I've already done both layouts for that one in this book. And working with jelly plates, which I'm already doing, and I did the class for that, so that's two things. I want to use all my unused stamps and dies at least once, so I need to go through and, really look at what I have and use it, and then figure out whether I want to keep it, or I want to destash it, or I want to give it away, and really assess at the end of the year what I'm really using. And things that I really like, I will reuse again, and you'll see that on my channel. I want to upload a video at least once a week. And so at least on average, I want to craft or work on my crafty goals at least 3 times a week. So try to get in my craft room at least 3 times a week and work on my crafty goals. My home goals, for me, it's clean out and destash my bedroom, my bathroom, my kitchen, my garage. Excuse me. And I've been working on that. I've been listing a ton of stuff on eBay and Amazon because I used to collect various different things, teapots and things like that. And I've sold quite a bit of things on eBay and Amazon, books, things like that, just cleaning stuff out. And whatever I'm not going to sell, Poshmark is another one I should put on here. And I go ahead and I donate that. But I have sold quite a few things. And so with a goal, because I want to get new flooring through my house, and I want to paint my master bedroom, and I need to fix my windows in there because my ex-husband, he had done some remodeling but didn't finish, so I need to have that stuff refinished, finished. So that's kind of my home goals. And then personal, I want to read 500 books for the end of the year. I read about 350-ish books, maybe close to 400 books last year. And I want to read every day. So we'll see how that goes. And I want to journal every day, and I want to do more memory keeping. So those are sort of my personal type of goals. And so that's kind of how I'm approaching this year, and how I'm kind of approaching my channel, how I'm approaching sort of my crafting. I did destash a lot of items out of my craft room. I still have a lot of stuff, and I buy a lot of stuff. So the buying is probably going to slow down quite a bit for the next couple of months. So I would love to hear from you guys what your crafty goals are, how you are staying organized, or any suggestions that you have for me on how you inventory your stuff, any cool classes that you're taking online or that you want to take online that you've heard of, anything like that. I would love to see people sharing that kind of stuff because I think all of us would enjoy that. So thank you for watching. This is Cindy Crave the Heart.